Welcome to another review of Total Toy Recon. Today we will be talking about Diamond Select's Tron Infiltrator Flynn action figure. Now, why this one in particular? Well, Diamond Select, before the pandemic really hit, was kind enough to send me several of the new Tron figures. Now, we have reviewed the bad guy, Sark, who is played by David Warner, right here. We did review him. It is up on our YouTube page. However, they also sent us Tron, and they sent us Flynn. Now, Infiltrator Flynn is a little bit different. This is Jeff Bridges' character as the computer program, not as Flynn as Jeff Bridges is when he's the human being who's transported into the world of Tron. Just, this was his program. So if Jeff Bridges is that Flynn is the user, this is his program. So I hope that clarifies this a little bit and explains why he's red and not, or orangish and not blue, as Infiltrator Flynn is, as regular Flynn is. So let's get to it. So Diamond Select, as usual, has a fabulous package, and we do have all three of the figures here in the back, and I love that Diamond Select has carried on the long tradition of collect them all. I think this is one of the greatest subliminal advertising ideas of all time. Collect them all. The funny thing is that Hasbro doesn't do this anymore with their Star Wars products because literally I think it's impossible to collect them all, and they don't even show you who you've missed. And if you did miss somebody, it's because one of the stores like Target or Walmart just didn't carry that wave for whatever reason, because they had too many sitting on the shelf. They never cleared out their stock, any of those things. So where would you get Tron Infiltrator Flynn? Easy. Walgreens, if you can believe it. Now, you could order this from your comic shop, which I always recommend doing. Get it from the comic shop, help a small business out. But if you're heading out to Walgreens right now, especially with what's going on here with the pandemic, you can swing by the toy aisle and you will find Infiltrator Flynn, or you'll find Tron or Sark. So the nice thing about Flynn here is, I'm sorry for the glare, is that at one point, Diamond Select, I see it a little bit different here. Diamond Select had released Kingdom Heart action figures of the Tron character. So this was their initial release of Sark, and then they made Tron, and then they had characters from Kingdom Hearts released as those figures. The figures who were in the Tron game. They upgraded the characters considerably, and I loved this figure when it came out. We do have a full review of him and Tron and the other characters that came with the 2-packs that Diamond Select Toys had released. And then they updated it to him. So we're moving on here, but I do recommend picking up either one if you can find them. These are great Sark figures. And who doesn't want a figure of David Warner? So we're going to open this up, and we may not need a knife. It should be pretty easy. Yeah. So it's so cathartic, by the way, when you can just rip the package open and you're not worried about it anymore. Get it open here. Look at that. Oh, I know people are crying. So, let's get this out of the plastic coffin here. Now, I am recording this live on Facebook, so if you're watching this on a repost on YouTube, I appreciate it, but I am going to address questions that are coming from my live audience, and I would love to say hi to Akira-san, who's watching right now. Great to have you on live. Yes, the Tron toy. Oh, you sell those Tron toys. Oh, that's awesome. And the Black Hole toys. Now, we have reviewed the Black Hole toys previously. They are fantastic. We don't have the Diamond Select, the Disney Select figures yet, but we did review the Vinnie Mates. So let's get this off of here. Great little logo. Love that Diamond Select is they're so into what they do that they give you a stand. We have a disc. We have a disc bouncing off a disc. This is awesome. So we have that disc that's bouncing off this disc. Check that out. I mean, you could put a little glue, attach that to the wall, really have some really cool things. Actually, a suction cup here, Diamond, would have been awesome because you just and put that onto something. Love that. So we do have the memory disc, which is here, or as I call it, the Frisbee. And it does come with a little, look at that. You can almost, the light on that is amazing. You can attach this to the back of Infiltrator Flynn. And then we do have extra hands. And the nice thing about the hands is, and Diamond is fantastic with this, it just gives you more it gives you more character. You can do more things with the figure. Now, at this point, I always say this when we review a Diamond Select toy, is that always have wire cutters around you. These aren't metal wires; they're just little rubber bands. But at one point here at Total Toy Recon, we opened 18 Diamond Select figures in one day. And having wire cutters makes it so much easier to do. You don't break anything. You don't hurt the figure. Now, here's a metal twist tie. They usually have this in the back here. But you can just give it a quick snip. And then be careful when you pull this out. You don't want to scratch the paint. So we do that each time. So, let me just take Flynn. He's out. All right. So, ooh. Feels nice. Feels good. Now his legs, he does have lots of points of articulation here. We do have lots of ankle joints. We have some extra leg joints here. He's got the double knee. That's nice. And we're going to do an instant pose here to try to give him, without the stand. Now if you can see it, all right, now I'm going to lean him up here. I'm going to zoom in a bit and then adjust my camera just ever so slightly. Hello. There we go. So, here we have, now let's take a look at the face here. So, here we have a fantastic likeness of Jeff Bridges. Now, I really hope that they progress this toy line into Tron Legacy, because I'd really like to have an older Bridges with the cloak and everything looking very, religious Messiah-y kind of thing. And I'd also like to have Tron from Tron Legacy with a darker look to him. That was very cool. So we do have a nice look here. Look at these details here on this. You can see like the cloth-like material that they've added here. Look at these shoulder blades. Very nice. And then we have the memory disc. So this cloth piece here, if you really wanted to, you could take it off. It's just attached rubber, but you would risk ruining it. And maybe if you got a joint out, you could slide it off. But I wouldn't risk it. And I'm never going to risk it now. So let's see if I can zoom back out a little bit here. So let's do what I call the instant pose. I try to give him some life to it. Now I am on a curved surface, which I always consider the challenge, but there he is. Instant pose without the stand, looking really good. And then let's upgrade him here a little bit, and then we'll stick this here on the back. You know, I gotta give a shout out to my wife and give her some kudos. That anytime I end up reviewing like one of these movie toys, I always want to watch the movie afterwards. So thankfully, she loves these kind of films. So, but she's always indulges me with the craziness of like, oh, I just reviewed a Tron toy, now I have to watch Tron. So there we have him. Let's try. It looks like these hands may be a little bit easier to put the disc in. So the disc does fit here perfectly in the back. I don't know if we're really going to get a good grip on the disc. So let's try this hand instead here. So not there. All right, so let's try this hand instead. These gauntlets here create an interesting dilemma. It's about pulling this out. It hides the wrist joint very well, but look at that. How deep that is in there. That's nice. Okay, so we have a nice hand there. Bends really well, but not really a hand to hold the disc. So we may have gotten... Ooh, what was that? Oh, okay, so this one, he almost has like a wristwatch covering it. I didn't even notice that the gauntlets, this is a bigger gauntlet than this one. So we have a little wristwatch kind of thing there. So you want to be careful of that. And then... So we didn't see much of Infiltrator Flynn except at the beginning of the film, but his likeness is fabulous. Let's sit that down there so we could say this is bouncing away from that. So I would like to, at this point, use poser putty. Okay, well, thank you, Akira. I've never really used that before. I don't think I have. I have a wide collection of stands, and actually I've been going through all of those things, trying to get to a point where they're all together. And I got, I'd say maybe about 30 of them together. So, but most of them are for G.I. Joe and Star Wars characters. So, and even then, I'm not loving the stand. I love the shoes, though. Not bad. He stood pretty well on his own. So, I don't know why I'm really going with the stand. I guess because it came with the box. So, there we have him. I'm going to put him next to Sark. And you can see the color scheme here. We didn't really have a good and evil color scheme at the beginning of the film. But Sark is actually almost the same size, and he's not even on the stand. Okay, so Akira, who's watching us live on Facebook, said I should put putty, poser putty in his hands to hold the disc. That's a great idea, and I like that. I'm going to try and get some of that, and that's going to help with a lot of other figures too. So I'd say it's a solid figure. I really like it. I wish I had a black light, but because I can't get out of the house to go get a bulb, and I'm not going to risk my life to get that right now. I'd really like to do it, but I think these figures would look great. So here's the original. This was the original release from Diamond Select, but this was the Kingdom Hearts release. And I'd say it's about a year to almost 2 years old now. And you can really see that they went back into this line and really updated it and took it to the next level. I mean, the points of articulation are far superior. Not that I don't like this figure. It's just the difference here in the figures is amazing. So, I'm going to wrap this up, and I'd like to say, again, thank you to Diamond Select Toys for sending us Infiltrator Flynn, which is a figure right here. We do have our review of both of the Sarks, and we do comparisons and everything on the review on our YouTube channel. And this figure, as I said, you can get at Walgreens, and I do recommend ordering it from your local comic book shop. This is Bob again from Total Toy Recon. Please tune in. We're going to change our start times to 12:30 live on Facebook Monday through Friday. It'll be at 12:30 now instead of at noon, because these will be much shorter reviews. They won't be the hour that we had before with the Bob's Basement Toy Blog. So thank you again to Diamond. It's a great figure. I'm gonna take the advice of one of our watchers, and I'm gonna get some poser putty, and then I'll be able to do a little bit more with the disc in his hands. But I do really like this disc that it came with it. Very cool. So thank you. Stay safe out there, and you have a fantastic day.